voice late from within. So I'm on my own today, guys. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys are okay, and I hope you're blessed. Um, and looking forward to 2026. And I am looking forward to the whole 12 months of 2026. I don't know what 2026 is bringing for us. So the topic today is healing changes who you are attracted to. There's a version of you that once confused intensity for intimacy, a version of you that felt butterflies around inconsistency, called it chemistry, a version of you that was drawn to emotional unavailable people, not because you were weak, but because something in you wasn't familiar with chasing proving, fixing, and ending love. Healing doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your nervous system. It changes what feels normal. It changes what feels exciting. It changes what you tolerate and it changes what you desire. When you heal, you stop being attracted to potential and start being attracted to character. You stop craving sparks and start craving set. You stop calling chaos passion and start calling it a warning sign. Healing upgrades your emotional test. It rewires your heart and recognizes your love, your real true love. So this is a journey of becoming the you who no longer entertains what used to entertain you. So guys, let's dive into the healing pattern. So notice what you need to do is notice the pattern without shame. Before healing can change anything, you have to see what's been repeating. Shame makes you hide. Awareness makes you grow. When you observe your attraction patterns, the type you keep choosing, you stop calling it bad luck and start recognizing it as a linked emotional pathway. The goal isn't to blame yourself, isn't to understand what your heart has been trained, is to understand what your heart has been trained to chase. So separate your chemistry from compatibility. Chemistry is often instant. Compatibility is proven over time. Um, Chemistry can be triggered by mystery, desire, or emotional tensions. But the compatibility is about it's about values, communications, lifestyle, and emotional maturity. Healing helps you to stop letting a spark decide your future and start letting character and consistency decide your start. So those things are important. Admit what you mistook for love. Many people confuse uh, attention, sex, compliments, and attachment with love. So healing requires honest. I felt wanted, but I wasn't cherished. Real love includes respect, responsibility, and care, especially when it's inconvenience. When you admit what you previously called love, you stop building a relationship on illusion. So understand why chaos felt normal. Sometimes when we don't understand what love is, we we end up um, thinking that chaos is love. If you clearly experience included unpredictability, hot and cold, parents, unstable environments, inconsistent affection, your nervous system learn to stay alert. Let calm may feel strange. With chaos feel familiar. Healing retains your body to recognize peace as safety, not suspicious. Learn your attachment style. Your attachment style is how you bond and react to closeness. Anxious attachment may chase, overthink, and fear abandonment, avoidance attachment may chase, overthink, and avoidance attachment may pull away. Minimize feelings of fear. Dependency healing helps you to stop choosing partners or triggers your wins and start choosing a partner who supports secure love. Spot emotional unavailability early when you enter a relationship. Emotional unavailability people often charm without depth, attention without commitment, proximity without presence. They may avoid labels, avoid accountability, or avoid difficult conversation. But healing makes you pay attention to patterns, not potential, because your peace becomes more important than proving you are enough to be loved. So you don't need to prove a point when you enter a relationship, guys. Even when you are in a relationship with anyone, you don't need to prove your worthiness because you already know that you are worthy. So when you know that you are worthy, I'm sharing the video, guys. When you know that you are worthy, it comes natural. Everything you do, it comes natural. And your worthiness complement to who you are. It attracts the people around you. And so you don't need to you don't need to say, you know what, I need to prove to this person that I am the right person for them. When someone really, truly, truly wants to be with you, they want to cherish you, they will embrace who you are as a person. You don't have to prove. You don't have to buy expensive makeup to look good. You don't have to go and get expensive cars like men. They say, if I get good cars, women will want to be with me. You don't need all those kind of things. If a woman comes along, a good woman, and they want a man who will cherish them. As a man, you have to honor your woman. All you have to show is not to prove, but to give that person a peace. Peace. Show them that I'm here to honor you. I'm here to give you peace. I'm here to love you. I'm not here to play any mind games with you. I'm here to stay. And when you show that person that you are there to stay, you are there to spend time with them. You are there to cherish them. You are there to honor them. You are there to create a future with them. You want to create a future with them. And you don't play mind games. So you don't need to prove a point or to buy expensive cars and stuff. Expensive cars comes with all that. A good woman or a good man, they want to see that later. They know that you are educated, they know that you are a driven man. But now what they want to see now, when when a woman chooses a man, they don't choose a man because of their beauty or what they have. They want to know what they have because they don't want to live in poverty. But mostly the most important thing is if I take this money to my parents, will they be able to communicate with my parents? Will he be able to love my parents? Will he accept my family? Or if I take this money to be in my life, whenever things get tough, will he stand by me? That's what women make a decision. If you, whether you have money, whether you have nice cars and nice house, they still want to know, is this man be able to take good care of me, respect me and honor me? Because respect, guys, is everything. Whether a guy or a woman has money or educated, if they don't have respect, You have, as a woman, you have to have brain. As a man, you have to have brain. You have to have the beauty. And what's on the inside of a person, what's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. You have to have beauty. Beauty comes from the inside. And the outside to complement what's on the inside. When a man says, Nomsa, you're beautiful. When a woman says, Nomsa, you're beautiful. I know they're not talking about what's on the outside only. They are talking about what's on the inside. Because what's on the inside of me is greater than what's on the outside. Is what attracts them to want to be with me. Is what attracts businesses, people wanting to be with me. Is what attracts my friends. What's on the inside of me as a person is what attracts my friend wanting to hang out with me, not what's on the outside. So if you understand the power of being in the present moment and the power of not having to prove a point to anyone, because if I have to go in and spend thousands and thousands of pounds proving a point with makeup to the guy that is not going to honor me, what's the point of that? People make mistakes. They spend the time looking on their outwards because they believe that if I can really show this person that I'm so beautiful, they're going to want to be with me. But for me as a child of God, I believe that God is He's a God of miracle. He's a God that gives you this man. When God chooses a man for you, no one can take that man away. If God chooses a woman for you, you don't have to try hard to prove a point. I used to think that I have to prove a point, but now I'm realizing I don't. So stop romanticizing potential. Potential is not promise. You can't build a future with someone, maybe. Healing teaches you to stop dating what you hope they may be or what you hope will become and start dating what they consistently show. Someone can have a good heart and still be a harmful partner if they lack maturity, discipline, or emotional responsibility. Stop trying to end love. If you feel you must perform, sacrifice, or suffer to be chosen, the relationship is built on insecurity, not mature value. Healing teaches you to love. It teaches you that love is not a reward for endurance. You are not auditioning for love. Stop auditioning for love. You are settling, discerning, and choosing what matches your work. You are making a declaration that I'm choosing this guy because he matches my work. I'm choosing this woman because it matches my work. Understanding the addiction to validation. Validation can become a drug when you didn't receive steady affirmation earlier in life. Then attention from someone inconsistently feels powerful because it is it hits hard. Healing teaches you to stop needing external proof of your worth. So you are not addicted to being chosen by people who can truly hold you. Heal the fixer identity. The fixer believes that love means rescuing, healing, saving someone. But if fixing creates imbalance, one becomes the therapist, the other becomes the project. Healing helps you to stop confusing your empathy with your assignment. Healing love is mutual growth, not one-sided pain. Recognize trauma bond. Trauma bond form when affection is mixed with pain. Disrespect, withdrawal, betrayal, then sudden sweetness. That emotional roller coaster creates a chemical attachment in the brain. Healing breaks the bond for teaching your nervous system that love should not require suffering to be felt. Redefine what excitement means. Many people think excitement equals love. But if your excitement becomes from anxiety, fear of losing them, or obsession, that's not romance. That's circulation. Healing redefines excitement as joy. Playfulness, maturely desire and emotional state, not panic or uncertainty. Calm starts feeling attractive. When your nervous system heals, calm becomes appealing. You start liking people who are stable, emotionally present. And consistency, you no longer confuse peace with boredom. You recognize peace is the foundation where really intimacy can grow. You stop chasing hard to get. Chasing is often the result of security mindset, scarcity mindset. If I can win them, I'll feel worthy. Healing builds your self-worth. So you stop pursuing people who make you compete for basic respect. You begin to value mutual effort because you finally believe love shouldn't feel like a struggle. Love is not a struggle, guys. When you enter a relationship, don't struggle for someone to say, I want to be with you. Don't not struggle. It doesn't have to, you don't have to pursue someone to make you compete for basics respect. Some men, they make you compete. Some women make you compete. So if you find that kind of woman, run, because you don't have to compete for love. You start craving emotional safety. Emotional safety means you can be yourself without punishment. You can speak without fear. You can make mistakes without being shamed. Healing makes this feel necessary to optional. Your attractions shift towards a partner who protects your heart, not partner who tests your limit. So no one has to test you in order for them to be sure that you are the one. Boundaries become non-negotiable. Boundaries and walls, they standards. Healing makes you stop negotiating your dignity. So you begin to live earlier, like to leave earlier, speak sooner, and tolerate less. Not because you are harsh, but because you are finally honor yourself enough to protect your peace. And you honor the person around you. And when you honor that person, you want to speak early. You want to know where they're going. You want to know what they want. You want to know whether your goals are aligned with their goals. You don't want to waste their time. You don't want them to waste your time. So you speak early. You stop settling for half love. Half love is inconsistent, unclear. Intention is like, I'm confused. I'm not sure what I want. I've been hurt before. If you've been hurt before, go for healing first before you can enter a relationship. So, guys, what I'm saying to you is don't settle for a relationship where someone is confused. Because when you enter in that relationship where someone is confused, um, you need to know where you're going, where your relationship is going. Healing teaches you to receive crumbs. Um, it keeps you hungry. You stop accepting almost relationship and start choosing partner who shows up fully. So you want in this 2026, don't waste your time with someone who is confused, someone who don't know where they're going, who's not sure what they want, who is like, I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure whether entering a serious relationship is what I want. You stop chasing all those kind of relationship. You know what you want. So you want to find a guy that knows and say, you know what, honey, or a woman that, you know what, I'm tired of being single. So I'm looking for that woman who will spend the rest of my life with me. A woman will say, I'm looking for that man who will spend the rest of my life with me. I don't know if you are the one, but let's find out. Just speak early. What do you desire? Don't say, I don't want to speak because if I speak, I'm going to chase them away. You want to have children? Speak to the guy, speak to the woman and say, I want to have kids. I want to get married. You're not chasing everyone away, but you are speaking early. You are declaring what do you desire as a man. Oh, I don't want to have kids. I want to get married, but I don't want to have kids. Or if you have kids before, don't fear to speak up. Because communication is key, is important. And you learn to trust your body. Your body often detects danger before your mind explains it. Tied to chest constantly, anxiety, insomnia, stomach knots. These are the signals. Healing teaches you to listen to your body instead of overriding it with excuses, fantasies of fear of being alone. You learn to be alone without loneliness. There is a difference between being alone and being empty. Healing fills you with inner life, with stability, purpose, and self-connection. When you no longer fear being alone, you stop choosing a partner out of desperation. Attraction becomes a choice, not a survival purpose. So when you choose someone, you choose someone because you want to be that person. You're not choosing them because of your fear of being alone. If you have to be alone until the right person comes through, why not? That's important. If you have to be alone until God sends the right person through. That's okay. You don't have to fear of being alone. You don't. Some people, they fear of being alone because they're like, I can't be alone. So you can be alone. There's a difference between being alone and empty, guys. Big difference. So you stop confusing familiar with the right. Familiar love isn't always a healthy love. You may be used to emotional distance, disrespect, or inconsistent, so it feels normal. Healing introduces a new normal. You begin to choose what is good for you, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. You evaluate character over charm. Charm can be image, character is revealed under pressure. Healing teaches you to watch how someone handles conflict. Responsibility, temptation, accountability, and empathy. You become attracted to integrity, not performance. You stop being turned on by detachment. Detachment used to feel powerful, makes you feel so powerful. They don't need anyone. But healing reveals the truth. Emotionally availability is strength. You stop romanticizing coldness and start valuing emotional presence, warmth, and really partnership. Your standard rise naturally. You don't become too much. You become aligned when you know your worth. Your standards grow without effort. You are no longer impressed by your standard growth without effort. You are no longer impressed by bare minimum behavior. You require consistency. You require respect, emotional maturity because you know you now offer the same. You stop over explaining yourself. And healing people over explain to be accepted. Healing teaches you to communicate ill. If someone keeps misunderstanding, dismissing you, or twisting your words, it's not your job to convince them of your humanity. You stop tolerating disrespect as normal. Disrespect can look like a job. That cut silence treatment, control, jealousy, lying, manipulation, or repeated broken promises. Healing makes you see disrespect as a warning sign, not something to endure. You choose consistent over intensity. Intensity feels like passion, but it often hides instability. Consistency is love. Love in action over time. Healing makes you want someone who is steady, because a steady partner builds trust, not anxiety, guys. We don't get into love to get into anxiety. You start enjoying a healthy masculine and feminine energy. Healing allows you to receive love without fear. You can appreciate leadership without control, softness without weakness, protect without domination, and independence without avoidance. You stop being attracted to extremes and start appreciating balance. You stop ignoring red flags. Red flags and small. They are all signals. Healing stops you from explaining away what your spirit already knows. You stop hoping like things will change. Start paying attention to what is consistent. You stop wanting to win someone. Trying to win someone is often ego wound. If they choose me, I'm enough. Healing makes you realize you are already enough. You don't chase validation. You choose alignment. You start with discernment. Discernment means you don't rush intimacy. You watch behavior. You check for consistency, emotional maturity, value, and readiness. Healing teaches you not to fall in love with attention. You fall in love with evidence. When you meet someone, guys, you don't need to give them, like, you don't need attention. You want the evidence of that this person, if things get tough, they'll be there for you. Whatever will go on, this person, there's an evidence that this person is my husband. There's an evidence that this person is my wife. You stop falling for wounds without action. Words can be poetry. Actions are proof. Healing makes you stop getting hypnotized by promises. You become attracted to follow through, reliability, and real effort. You prioritize the shared values. Chemistry without shared values turns into conflict. Healing makes you look deeper. Faith, family goals, integrity, finances, lifestyle, commitment, emotional habits, shared values create peace long term. You become unavailable to emotional gains when you are healed. Hot and cold, jealousy, texts, ignoring message, flirting for control. Those games stop working when healing. You don't participate. You exist. Healing makes you value your nervous system more than entertainment. Start. You start feeling bold. That's a sign of healing. After chaos of stability can feel unfamiliar, your body may interpret calm as nothing is happening. But what really happening is set. Give yourself time. Calm becomes deeply fulfilling once your system is adjusted. You realize attraction is trainable. Attraction isn't deep. It isn't destined. It's conditional. Healing reshapes your preference by building self-worth, boundaries, and emotional safety. Over time, you stop craving what harms you and start craving what nourishes you. Safe becomes attractive. So it's very, very important, guys, to actually, when you um when you understand the power of healing, what it feels when you are healed, when you're going through pain in life, and you decided to go through healing first before anything else. And that's important when you go through healing. And when you choose the life that you want, you're no longer negotiating for someone who is undecided, someone who doesn't know what they want. So those things are important. Mostly, if you are a Christian, put God before anything else. For me, God comes first in my life. I know when God comes first in my life, He will bring good people in my life. He will bring, He will attract, He will bring people that are meant to last in my life. So that is important. If you're watching from YouTube, guys, please do subscribe to our channel. Facebook, we have 2 groups, Nkosi Talk Shows and Unique Billionaire Mindset. And if you need coaching, go to www.hseia.coach. You can sign up for coaching. And we are on Twitter as well. Follow us on Twitter. May God bless you. And live with grace. I'll see you on the other side. See you soon, guys.